guys, welcome back. So for today's look, I'm doing this really fun, grungy, glam, smoky, cool tone, mauve-y look. There's so many ways to describe it, but I usually always go for like warm, bronzy look. So I think this is totally different. It's really fun. I've been loving it lately. I'm going to show you guys my complete matte full coverage foundation routine, and then of course how to get the eyes and the lips. So you will see a full talk through tutorial, and I think you guys are really going to like it. Also, I wanted to let you guys know that throughout the video, I'm going to be using this brush book, which my friend Stephanie created. She came out with her own line, so her name is called SL Miss Glam, and I'm super excited about this. I know she's been working really hard on it. She's very talented. Her brushes are amazing. So she came out with this white glam brush book, and she said that I really inspired her to do a bunch of white and gold. So if you help someone like inspire their whole line, of course you want to test it out. So how cute is this? It's like a big book of brushes. Some of them aren't in there because I've been using them throughout the video, but it's a huge book of brushes, and she did give you guys a coupon code just for my viewers. This is not like sponsored or anything, but if you guys want to get this brush book full of amazing, high quality, nice brushes, I'll leave the link to her website down below, and you can enter Alex Garza at checkout, and that will get you 25% off this brush book. It'll get you free shipping worldwide, and you'll also get a pair of mink eyelashes, and you get to choose whatever eyelashes you want from her website. Just leave a little note at checkout which ones you want. So yeah, if you guys want to see how I got this complete look, let's get started. All right, we are fresh faced. Make sure you start off by applying your favorite moisturizer, SPF, all of that. So I'm gonna put a little bit of chapstick on, just because since we're going for a more matte look today, especially matte on the lips, you want to be really moisturized. So do not forget those two steps. And then to further enhance that hydration, before we do the matte look, we want to prime with the Marc Jacobs Coconut Water Primer. Isn't that what this is called? Yeah, Indivisible Undercover Coconut Face Primer. So this stuff is awesome, and it's very hydrating, but it also smooths out your pores. So it's like the best of both primers. So I'm gonna dot this on all over. You can be pretty heavy-handed with this. And then I'm going to blend it in with my Stippling Face from SL Miss Glam. I'm gonna be using a lot of her brushes today. This just feels so good. If you have dry skin or oily skin, this will work for you. It's just so like cooling and refreshing in the morning. And of course we're going to pair it with the Marc Jacobs foundation, the Remarkable, and I am in 36 Beige Golden. This is a great full coverage matte foundation that is not heavy on your skin. It has a very skin-like feel to it, but it gives you amazing full coverage. I love it, and it just has like that soft look to it. It's very like airbrushed looking. And I'm applying it with my IT Cosmetics Airbrush Blurring Foundation Brush. Okay, so the foundation is on. I mean, I love this foundation. It is super flawless. So if you want something very full coverage, you need to get this. It's awesome. For concealer, I'm using my Urban Decay Naked Skin. Just because the foundation is so full coverage, I want something a little bit more lightweight and airy underneath the eyes. And also, this concealer isn't too much of a yellow undertone. It's more of a neutral pink, so it kind of balances out how yellow the foundation is. And be sure to also run it across your eyelids, because we want those to be pretty even too. We want this whole look to be really matte and even and uniform. Especially when you're going that dark on the eyes, you need your face to look flawless. Next up, we do not want these under eyes to crease and crack. So you want to go ahead and set that right away. And I'm going to do a little bit of baking with my Laura Mercier translucent powder. This is the secret brightening one, so it's great for under eyes. And my SL Miss Glam tapered blush, the W06. This is great for under eye. Like, look at how perfectly it'll fit in there. So go ahead and bake those areas all over. I'm going to do a little bit in my T-zone too, and that way we don't have any creasing or cracking. So it should look a little something like this. And around the other areas of my face, I don't go as heavy as underneath my eyes, because it can really get some bad flashbacks. So be really careful with it, because you don't want that. All right, now it's time to set the rest of the face, and I want to go in with a powder that's going to keep me really matte, but also add a little bit more coverage, because I like that like flawless look for today. So I'm going to go in with the Pure Minerals 4-in-1 pressed foundation powder, and today I'm using golden medium. Yeah, golden medium with the fluffy powder brush. I mean, how pretty are these brushes? They're so glam, and I love them. Pat that all over to give you more coverage. We don't want to like swipe it. Patting it is going to give you that nice amount of coverage. Now it's time to bring a little bit of life back to the face with some contouring and highlighting. I, of course, am going to use my Hourglass Ambient Lighting Bronzer. This is the lighter of the two. I have powder in my mouth from all that baking, but we're going to use this one today. And my Sigma Spotlight Duster. I've been loving this for bronzer because it's just so like movable and easy, and it's like so soft. I don't know. I just really like it for bronzer. So I'm going to do that all over to kind of do a little bit of contouring and bronzing at the same time. But don't go too crazy with it because this definitely is not a look where I really want to look tan, you know? So just a little bit. Don't forget to go around the lips. It'll make your mouth look so much bigger. See how much bigger my lip looks because of that? It's a good little trick. A little bit on the nose. Okay, and then I am going to go in with just a dark foundation powder. This one's from MAC, just to touch up the highlight like right here because I do want that to be a little bit darker, a little bit more pronounced. So I'll use another one of these Miss Glam brushes. Any kind of like angled blush brush will be perfect. And just place it. And then you can go back and blend. Keep it high and in the back here. And then to really make it stand out, I'm going to go back in with my translucent powder and kind of touch up underneath, and that'll really make it like pop. Just like that. See how much more lifted your face looks after that? Perfect. Okay. And then now is where I'm going to start adding in those cool tones, those mauve-y tones, to give this overall like a grungy, cool toned look. So for blush today, I'm using this one from Sigma. It's their Aura powders, and I've been loving them. I have them in a bunch of colors, and this one is really pretty. It's called In the Saddle. And it's like this mauve-y taupe color, so it's really pretty, and it kind of just gives you a little hint of color without being like pinky or peachy, because that's not really what we want. So I'm just gonna wipe off this brush and go in with a little bit of the Sigma powder and keep this kind of low on the cheeks. And then I just keep this brush with a little bit of that translucent powder next to me the whole time I'm doing my makeup. That way I can kind of just like clean everything up the whole time. You know what I mean? Like it's just kind of handy. Even though this is a matte look, I cannot not add any glow, so I need a little bit of highlighter. I'm gonna go for my favorite one lately. This is the Anastasia So Hollywood. It's a gorgeous like champagne color, and I'm not gonna go crazy with it because I do want this to have like an overall matte look. So just apply a little bit so that you look alive and you look fresh still. You know, you don't want to look dull. And I'm gonna use the Miss Glam Tapered Highlight W04. Face is complete. Now it's time to move on to the fun part, which is the brows and the eyes. So I've been testing out a new product for my brows, so I'm excited to show you guys. I'm just going to wipe away any foundation that I got in my brows because I feel like a lot got in there. And I really need them like waxed and shaped at the moment, but just pretend that I don't. Okay, so the new product, where is it? It's a new line actually that's coming out at Ulta, I think the end of this month, and it's called Fiona Styles. And I got a couple of the things early before they come out to test them out, and one of them is the brow sculpting wax, and I really, really like it. It's a great brow wax, so it keeps your brows in place all day, but it also fills them in, and it gives it a really soft look, but it still defines them. So I'm really, really loving this, and I thought you guys might want to see how it applies to see if you want to check out the line when it comes out. It does come with this like little tiny thing, so I'm not going to be using that, but it does come with this little thing. Angled brush and the wax. Now, I feel like people might compare this to the Anastasia one, and it's totally different. This is much softer and much more subtle. So if you like a like super dramatic brow, not for you. But if you want something soft but still filled in and more natural looking, this is perfect. For eyes, we're going to be using this really cool palette from NARS. I love how it's like a mirror in the front. Of course, I already have it dirty. But this is what it looks like. It's a gorgeous, cool toned palette. So if you like cool colors, this is for you. We have some dark, really smoky colors in here, and we have some a little bit lighter colors in here. So we're going to be using a mixture of everything. They're all so, so pretty, and I was super inspired for this look. So before I get into that palette, I have to add a little bit of a brown through my crease. That just helps me to keep the eye look natural in a way. I don't know, it's just something I have to do. I always have to apply a little bit of a brown through my crease. So I'm actually just going to use a NARS bronzer, Laguna, and it's a more cool toned bronzer, so it's perfect. You definitely don't want to do like an orangey bronzer, but something cool toned, just a little bit through your crease, just keeps the look, I don't know, from going like too out there. I don't know how to explain it, just do it. I'm using a Sigma E40. This also kind of creates a little bit of a shape on your eyes so you can kind of see where everything is, and it's easier to apply the colors, and there's something for everything to blend in with, so it just helps. Okay, now I'm going to go in with this taupey matte gray, same brush, and do the same thing, just so we can start adding the gray. I like to do things slowly, so I'll start with a light gray, then a dark gray, and then a black. You know, I like to do it slowly and create a gradient. So go ahead and add that to the crease. Alright, now I'm going to go in with a little bit smaller of a brush. This is the Fluffy Deluxe, and I'm going to go in with this sparkly gray and add that just kind of like the outer corners of my eye and create a little bit more of a cat eye shape. And same thing like with the face, keep your fluffy brush around to help blend everything together if you need it and just fix things up. When I'm doing a dark lid, I like to start with the crease because that gives me my shape and it helps me see what's to come, and that way I can kind of see how the eyes are looking before I do it, you know what I mean? So it really helps if you're a beginner with smoky eyes or anything like this. It really helps to do your crease first and your lid after. Okay, so now for those dark, dramatic, grungy glam lids, you need a kind of like a base. So any kind of gray or black cream will be perfect. The one I'm going to use from Charlotte Tilbury, it's called the Color Chameleon, and this one is called Black Diamonds, and it's a great like gray black with some glitter in it, so it's really, really pretty, not pretty, just kind of like a big crayon. So you want to apply this all over the eyelid, and this will really, really help it stand out. If you don't do this and you just apply a shadow, it won't look as like intense and as dark. It just won't. So it really helps to apply a base. And if you don't have anything like this, even just a black eyeliner will be perfect, okay? So do that. And then quickly take your finger and just kind of blend out the edges. Okay, so now we have that beautiful base. Isn't that so pretty? So we just want to set it with this dark silvery gray shadow and a flat shadow brush. This is the W15. Alright, and now to blend right in here, the two colors, I want to take a little bit of this dark gray, just like a tiny little bit, and start to blend that together. So this is like the most important part. Do not forget to blend the lid and the crease together, and this is what's going to really give you that grungy look too. See how the difference between this eye and this eye? It's like makes the eye. So now it's time to apply some eyeliner and some mascara. For mascara today, I'm going to be using the Too Faced Better Than Sex. This is my favorite for a really wispy, voluminous lash. And I've been testing out this liquid liner from Butter London, and I'm loving it. So I wanted to mention it to you guys. It's called the Iconolast Infinite Liquid Liner, and it's so like jet black and liquidy. It's great if you do like winged liner. Isn't that awesome? So yeah. Love this, super, super black and intense. So do your little cat eye, do your mascara, and then I'll be back to show you guys how I'm going to finish off the eyes. We are near the end. The only thing we have to do is finish up the lower lashes and the lips. So the only thing I do to the bottom lash line is basically like recreate what I did on top. So I'll just take a little bit of the gray from earlier and kind of just like smoke it out under there. You don't have to like be that precise with it. And I come pretty low down because I want something that looks really, really smoky. So I just add a little bit of the gray. And if you're doing dark eyes, there is one like really key important thing that you cannot forget. You have to line your waterline. If you don't, it will look unfinished and it will just not have that same like smoky, lived in grunge glam effect. So you have to line your waterline. And if you're not good at getting your eyeliner like really tight at the lash line, go ahead and tight line too. I'm not going to because that's really hard for me to get off with my lash extensions, but do not forget this step. The last part is to create that really fun like mauve-y lip, and I recently bought the Dose of Colors stone that everyone talks about, so I really wanted to incorporate it in this look, and it's so pretty. So it took me a few times to figure out how I like to wear it, but I like to wear it with a nude brown lip liner. Like, don't go brown as in like a dark brown, but like a nude brown. Know what I mean? So I'm gonna use, you guys are gonna laugh at this, Obsessive Compulsive in the color, crap. I don't know, but I will find it and I will link it below, but Colby decided to chew the bottom half of this, so I don't know, but it's a good brown nude and I'll link it below. So wipe that chapstick off and then align your lips. Now add the Dose of Color stone. This is the completed look. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. I had so much fun kind of creating this grungy glam look. I think it's like perfect in time for Valentine's Day because it's totally opposite of like what you would expect a traditional Valentine's Day look to be. So I hope that you guys try it out for a fun glam look. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. Subscribe if you're new to my channel. I make new videos every single week on a bunch of different topics. And don't forget to check out the little brush set if you guys are interested. I know my friend Stephanie would really appreciate it. And I will talk to you guys later. Bye.